Debt. With debt, it's important to note that you're able to borrow amounts of money from a number of different sources, such as banks, credit unions or personal lenders. The terms and conditions of these loans vary significantly. Be very careful when borrowing money for items that go down in value, such as a car, because what you can actually find is you actually owe more money than what the actual asset is worth. And the longer you hold the debt, the more money the bank will expect back. And if you don't pay back your debts, the people who lent you the money, or organisations, can take legal action against you to try and recover this sum, and this can be a very unpleasant process. There's often a problem of people not actually paying the money back. And there are many organisations that want to lend you money, such as the banks. Now let's look at the following example. A bank's lent you $1,000, but they will expect you to pay $1,200 back at the end of the first year. This is an interest rate of 20%. So if you leave the loan for another year, they'll expect another 20%. So after year one, you'll owe $1,200. After year two, you'll owe $1,440. After 10 years, you'll owe $6,191. Now let's imagine you just bought something for $1,000 and you'd done nothing for 10 years. That item would now be costing you $6,191, and I suspect it's worth a lot less than what you originally paid for it. And it's important to also note that interest will usually accumulate faster due to the compounding nature of the interest being calculated monthly or daily. So you find many people get themselves into financial trouble by not actually paying their money back and letting the interest accumulate. Don't do this, it's a very dangerous strategy. Probably the most common example of this is what I refer to as a dreaded car loan, where you buy a car, you borrow money for the car, but the car actually goes down in value, and unfortunately the debt which you owe goes up in value. So from this table, we can see that over a 10-year period, the value of your loan is now over $20,000, but the value of the car is under $5,000. And at the start, the car was worth $5,000 and your loan was worth $5,000. You need to really try and avoid this situation, as this has been the cause of financial ruin for many. Unfortunately, debt comes in many forms. Once you have money, everyone wants it. We all have debts in relation to banks or personal loans, credit cards, mortgage loans on property, and even bills such as your telephone or your power. Debts can also be useful, but it can be very dangerous. So most people that have actually achieved financial success have borrowed money at one point or another in their lives. But they have borrowed money for assets that actually go up in value, not assets that go down in value. Getting out of debt. For many people, this is an important objective. And in many cases, paying off debt is actually better than saving, particularly in a flat investment climate. To do this, you need to make sure that you're receiving all of your income entitlements. And you need to work out a budget for your family income and expenditure, making sure that you spend less than you earn. You should also prioritise your bills and debts. This will enable you to make informed decisions about which options are best for you. If you have difficulties with creditors or people who you owe money to, it's important that you negotiate with them by phone, letter or in person. Putting your head in the sand is not an option in this situation. In the event you have a number of debts, it's also important to consider ranking the debts in order of which one you need to pay off first, or which one has the highest interest rate. If you require more information, please don't hesitate to look at any of the websites shown on the screen. They all contain some useful information which should assist you going forward. Good luck.